It was a chilly Friday night when a group of friends decided to embark on a thrilling adventure. They had heard tales of an abandoned hospital tucked away on the outskirts of town and couldn't resist the allure of exploring its eerie halls. With a mixture of excitement and nervousness, they gathered their flashlights and made their way to the desolate building. As they stepped inside, a shiver ran down their spines. The air was stale, and the only sound that accompanied their footsteps was the echo of their own breathing. They peered cautiously into the darkness, their beams guiding them through the labyrinth of hallways. The further they ventured, the stronger the unsettling feeling grew. Faint whispers seemed to seep from the decaying walls, and the sound of a woman crying pierced through the silence. Yet, despite their best efforts, they couldn't pinpoint the origin of these sounds. Unease gnawed at their hearts, but curiosity kept them going. Suddenly, amidst the haunting cries and whispers, one of their friends, Sarah, went missing, replaced only by the sound of her frantic screams. Fear gripped the remaining friends as they dashed towards the desperate cries. Doors upon doors blurred past them, each corridor seemingly stretching into infinity. Desperate to find their friend, they shouted her name into the abyss. But their voices only echoed back, mocking their helplessness. Panic consumed them as they realized they were trapped in a never-ending maze of hallways, forever at the mercy of the cruel hospital. They stumbled upon an old room, barely holding together, and decided to search for any clues to break free from this prison. As they rummaged through ancient files and photographs, a sinister realization dawned upon them. This hospital was once home to a notorious doctor, Dr. Edgar Crowder, who conducted cruel experiments on patients for his twisted research. The doctor's tortured ghost, it was said, still roamed these halls, seeking revenge for his victims. The group now understood that their friend Sarah had fallen victim to his wrath, trapped in this eternal nightmare. Determined not to suffer the same fate, they pushed further, searching for an escape route. Locked doors, endless hallways, and faded walls seemed to conspire against them. Shadows danced in the corners of their eyes, making it difficult to separate reality from the supernatural. It was as if Dr. Crowder's spirit taunted them at every turn. Hours turned into what felt like days, until the group finally stumbled upon a hidden passage. Their hearts raced with hope as they raced through the narrow corridor, their breaths heavy and labored. The sounds of Sarah's desperate cries became louder and more desperate, spurring them on. As they reached the end of the passageway, they burst into a dimly lit room. Sarah stood captive, her eyes filled with terror, her body bound by spectral chains. The group approached her, vowing to free her from this torment. But before they could reach her, the spirit of Dr. Crowder materialized before their eyes, his face lined with malice. He unleashed a bone-chilling laughter and surged forward. Panic and determination fueled their efforts as the friends formed a circle around Sarah, shielding her from the doctor's ghost. With every ounce of strength, they fought against the malevolent spirit, screaming for their own liberation. Suddenly, the room began to shake and tremble, as if the very foundations of the hospital were crumbling. And then, in an instant, everything went silent. They found themselves on the outskirts of the hospital, the dilapidated building collapsing behind them. Smoke billowed into the night sky as they held each other tightly, grateful to have escaped the clutches of evil. The hospital, now nothing more than rubble, bore witness to the final defeat of Dr. Crowder's vengeful ghost. Leaning on each other for support, they walked away from the remains of the hospital, knowing that they had faced horrors few could comprehend. As they moved towards the safety of their homes, the friends vowed never to speak of that night again, forever carrying the weight of the haunted hospital in their hearts.